Hi there. I want to answer a very common question, and that is how often should I tap? And when is the best time to tap? Well, the truth is, the best time to tap is when you're feeling off. So if you're feeling angry or triggered in the moment, or sad or resentful, anytime you have like a very strong emotional response, that is the best time to tap because you are addressing it in the moment and you're acknowledging the emotions that are trying to get your attention. Now, I consider myself an emotional person. I've always felt my emotions and just been very free flowing in that way. So I'm not shy to crying in public because I know it's going to pass in like 30 to 90 seconds. And the best thing you can actually do is feel your feelings. It's actually very healthy to feel your feelings. So, if you're feeling off about a meeting, if you're going to ask for a raise, if you're going to do something big, like go to speak on stage or jump out of a plane, or you're up leveling in some way, that and it feels really scary, that's the best time to tap. Um, I consider there two reasons why you would tap. One is what I call maintenance tapping. So if you're feeling stressed out in the moment, like maybe you had an interaction and it rubbed you the wrong way and left an uncomfortable taste in your mouth, that is when you would turn to tapping and you can immediately lower the stress response and calm down your fight or flight response and get you into a much higher vibration. Now, you can simply do 10 minutes of tapping. I find like 10 minutes is all you need to actually start to feel the energy shift in your body so that you are becoming into a more calm and empowered place. Now, the other reason why you'd want to tap is to resolve something big. So let's say you're stuck in a pattern in your life, you just want to improve your health, or um, you're really weighed down by something that happened in the past and you don't know how to resolve it. Um, or you're trying to work out like a limiting belief in some way, or just something that's just really bothering you. Again, where you have a very strong emotional charge. Maybe when you think about it, you start to cry, or maybe when you think about it, you get really angry and you want to throw something across the room. That is a good indication that it's something you need to tap on, or it's something you need to express in some way, but there has to be some kind of somatic healing involved because you have to change something about your physiology, like your body, in order for that stress to release. Because the thing is that your body knows best. We think that we can solve these problems in our mind by just talking them over and being positive. But I learned the hard way that that's not always the case. That will only get you so far, and it's kind of like a temporary band-aid to put over your pain. So what you have to actually do is turn to something like tapping. And when you tap on these acupressure points, you're going to lower the stress response in the body. You're going to lower the cortisol response. You're going to lower your blood pressure, and you're going to be in a more high vibration, feeling good state of mind because you're actually processing what is bothering you. Now, if something bothers you or somebody triggers you, they are put on your path for a reason to help you realize that either what they have is possible for you or the trait about them that really bugs the you know what out of you. It's probably an underdeveloped trait within yourself. And you're seeing that maybe you need to rise up a little bit and take responsibility in that area of your life. So it's not a bad thing if you have a few things that are upsetting you. These are actually wonderful indications that it's time, something needs to change If something is coming up to the surface and it just keeps coming up and keeps coming up and keeps coming up, it is ready to be healed, released, transformed, evolved. And EFT is a beautiful modality to help you get from stressed to a peaceful place about that situation. Because again, it's not the person that's pissing you off, it's not the event that's angering you. It's like your perception about it that's just not right. So when you do tapping, I want you to remember this. When you do deep inner work like tapping, inner child work, um, any kind of like muscle release, fascial work, body work that you get done, it takes your mind about 4 to 6 weeks to catch up with the body's transformation. So that's why they say transformation doesn't always happen overnight. But if you tap as little as just 10 minutes a day, you will lower your stress response by about 40%. So, all right, let's recap. So, when is the best time to tap? Honestly, whenever you could fit it in. When I was a health coach and people would ask me, hey, what's the best exercise that I should do to lose weight? Now, that was always a catch 22, like a trick question, because it was the exercise that you actually enjoyed a little bit so that you would actually stay consistent and stick with it. So you would actually change your body. Now, how often should you tap? Um, it's really whenever you're feeling off. So, my rule of thumb is if you're feeling stressed out, I would consider doing what I call maintenance tapping. So, just turn to tapping for a minimum of 10 minutes and you will start to feel better. Now, if you're dealing with something heavier, something more difficult, I highly recommend that you seek out a trusted EFT practitioner, whether that's me or somebody else, to help you do the heavy lifting. And if you're working on something that's you really want to change, I would do a minimum of 60 minutes once a week. And then over time, you will notice that things are starting to flow in your favor because you are letting go of the stress around that situation and you are opening up to the possibilities and all the positive things that stand before you. So, just one more recap. When is the best time of day to tap? I would recommend in the morning just a minimum of 10 minutes, but there are so many great times where you can tap. And honestly, it's whenever you can fit it in your schedule. So let's say you're riding passenger in the car. That's a great time to tap because you're kind of held captive and staring at the phone isn't going to release your stress. It actually might trigger you even more. Another great time to tap is when you're online at the bank and you're waiting, maybe online at the supermarket. That's a great time to tap. When you wake up in the morning or right before you go to bed, that is a great way to just bookend your day with something that's nourishing for your body, mind, and soul. So, honestly, whenever you're feeling off and the emotions feel really strong and it scares you, that is the best time to tap because you will get yourself out of that fight or flight response. And then you're going to get into a more peaceful state of mind in as little as 10 minutes. So I hope that gives you some food for thought. There really is no formula to this. Everybody, creates transformation and healing in their own time, and you cannot put a timeline on healing. When you are ready to let go and grow, you will. It's not something you could force. There is no blueprint for healing, and everybody is going to be healing at their own pace. So I would say the minimum 10 minutes a day, whenever you could fit it in. And if you're working on something really, really hard, I would do a minimum of 60 minutes a week. So if you want to have really great epic transformations, one-on-one work is where the magic happens. So reach out to me and explore if this is the right modality for you. And if you know that you want to work with somebody other than me, I'm happy to point you in the right direction. Just make sure you take care of yourself. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.